Hello, audience. My name is Isaac Atiers, and I am the bot of Bardic Logs, and I welcome you to more D&D therapy. I mean, inner demons. A show where even the inner demons need their mental health day, as I welcome you to Side Quest for the Holidays. Part 3. Ah, there we go. Some violin, viola-esque. There we go. That'll work. At least for now. Send me that video. I'll try to switch it up a little bit during certain parts of the village.
Oh, it's already sent.
Oh, perfect.
It's already sent.
Perfect. Okay. To kind of remind everyone, as I think this will be the week that I, for once, will recap. So, last week, Corvis, Rocco, and Cammy here, playing as Cammy, not as Amleth for once, went to Vikram and had a very, very, very interesting adventure in Vikram, meeting the council, meeting various different people that was like making Rocco and Cammy very nervous as the only two humans, because this was a town of monsters. To be more precise, basically the capital of monsters in a way. With the council themselves being of vampires, drow, and various other monsters from the monster manual. After figuring out where certain figures are, such as the Vampire Lord, or Silas's previous location, from the mistress of the council, who, instead of just telling you, asked you to meet her at a bar and tavern in order to tell you. From there, you guys left pretty quickly to get to Helfner's Rise, so you can talk to the Artificers Guild and get yourself more prepared for this possible fight with Silas. And then we swapped over to the very, very, very far mountains. Let me switch the stream to this right here. There we go. Okay. So, right around, let's see. So you see the open fields outpost, right? On the, what kind of world map? Right here-ish. So right down, yeah, right there. So right below it, in this little foresty area, kind of amongst the cliff facing the mountainside, Amleth, you right up, right outside of it. This is where your hometown is, within this jumble of the old oakwood forest, going up the mountainside. But first, you stop at the open fields outpost, looking to get some information and news regarding your old hometown. As you come to the tavern to rest for the night, what are you thinking? Are you panicked? Are you excited? Are you worried? What's kind of going through your mind as you're on the outskirts of your old hometown?
All I feel is dread. I feel like I will be walking past. Well, I'm walking into a ghost town, a sort of long memory that, happened so long ago that it almost became forgotten, but now it's just a distant reminder of who I am and what I became to be. And all I feel is dread.
As you sit there, you're feeling a dread, you order yourself a meal, and you contemplate, what the fuck am I doing here? And at that time, we swap over to Rocco. Would you like to introduce your hunter character? And what does he do at the night? What brings him to the tavern? Did he get a letter from Amleth before, asking him to meet him there? Does he happen to be there and notice and recognize Amleth? What is your hunter's kind of initial intro here?
His name is Ragnar Lannery. He wears dark leather clothes, and he's coming into the bar just to have a drink after a successful hunt earlier that day. And as he's walking to his usual seat, he sees a familiar face. Stumbles over. Are you by any chance Amleth?
Who the hell's asking?
It is you, Amleth. It's me, Ragnar. You remember when we were kids, we would play Knights and Goblins?
Ragnar. Wait, Ragnar. You're that... Holy shit. Ragnar.
Dude, how are you doing? Let me buy you a drink.
Thanks. It's odd. You're the first person I've met that actually doesn't want to kill me.
Why would I want to kill you?
Well, considering some past deeds that I've done, thought that my name would be sort of taboo amongst this village.
I would say, Ragnar, for all the anxiety that Amleth is like exuding, you have actually heard nothing but praise. In fact, his uncle has been putting out not wanted posters, but like missing posters, asking for people if they happen to see Amleth.
I've only heard good things about you, man. And by the way, I think your uncle is looking for you.
Wait, what? What do you mean my uncle's looking for me?
Yeah, I think I've seen like a couple of posters looking for you. Maybe something about a reward? Huh?
Massive reward.
No, that's impossible. I killed him with my own hands. That shouldn't be possible.
At that point, Robert, you as you're kind of I would never call your character a failed artificer, but you're definitely not on the higher up end of like the well-known ones that get hired and sent around for essentially like military use. You kind of had a rough time doing freelance work, so as you scrub dishes in the back to kind of make a little extra money, you finally are on your break and you come out and you actually see a poster for Amleth. It's a massive, like literally massive reward, 50,000 gold, if you just brought him to his uncle. And with that, as you have that almost like classic movie moment where like you're holding up the poster, you lower it, and he's on the other side of the poster, like whether it's you facing him by accident or maybe you just look at the back of his head, you're like lowering, like, wait a fucking minute. Robert, would you like to introduce yourself as as your wonderful character?
Yes. His name is Robert Blade. Makes it far easier. Typically, he's wearing, typical Smith clothing, the leather apron with maybe not a piece of chest plate that's not meant for combat, more for when things blow up and glancy bits of sharper bits of metal. Wearing pretty much leather clothing, black hair, tanned from the forces he likes to hang out in and create stuff in, with a bit of scars all over his face from the inevitable explosions that happen.
A lot of explosions. You've gotten quite a few noise complaints from the kind of like the county sheriff, who's like, "Damn it, Robert, do you know you can't be causing explosions?"
It's not my fault this real substance is so flammable.
Just be more careful, damn it. We don't got no fire squads nearby.
Not my fault you guys are supposed to be cheap.
I like that, just like, not my fault, you fuckers are cheap. And at that point, as you're like having a moment of like, oh, wait, I think I know that guy. You get nudged by the bartendress. Here's your 5 gold payment for the night, and feel free to check the tip jar if you want.
Okay, I'm very good guess. Not going over to the tip jar right now because it's probably not that late in the day. People haven't drunk that much yet.
Mm-hmm.
Outside, day drinkers, so it's probably not a lot in there. I'm going to wander over to the table.
All right, as you wander over the table, Ragnar, I almost called you Ragnarok. Ragnar, you see Robert, someone you actually are aware of, kind of a tinkerer for your village. A lot of the expansion made for the village has been a mix of Amleth's uncle purchasing Robert's inventions and then reformatting them to help improve the village. You guys now have a windmill, like a full windmill that automatically pumps itself, and you have to just hit one lever to lift it up and lift up the grinding stone, stuff like that. Amleth, yet another familiar face approaches you with holding a poster.
Who the fuck are you?
Amleth, is that you?
Who are you?
It's me, Robert. You know, the kid who used to always explode a lot.
Exploding kid, Robert.
A vague memory
I
pops up
remember.
of him you guys trying to play in a stream and him trying to use sorcerer type magic and accidentally blasting himself out off the land into the water.
I love Team Rocket, somehow not getting any damage.
Right. I remember you too. What are you doing with that poster there?
I just saw when I was walking out of the kitchen.
So you think you can take me in? You think you're gonna try and take me into that,
probably
man?
not. Probably not.
just-
Not that I wanted to.
And I'm standing up, I'm starting to get kind of close to him and into his face. You really think that all that money's gonna be worth it, trying to get through me?
Probably not. You used to, be the more physical of the group when we were kids. I very much doubt that has changed much.
And that's true. I still hold that fucking medal to that day. Now what are you doing with that poster?
I just want to make sure it was you. Haven't seen you in a while. How have you been?
Yeah, as you look at the poster, it's you see your uncle's name requesting your presence and that 50,000 gold reward. Your family was always on the richer end, but never that rich. You weren't literal moguls. So the fact that he's casually offering this for you is kind of concerning. Besides the fact that your uncle's supposed to be fucking dead.
I just take the poster, I rip it apart. You two, do not say a fucking word about who I am. Do you understand me?
Not never.
Unless, you asked me to, I won't.
Shit. I need a cloak. Too exposed. I just grab some random sheet and I just wear it around my head and body, just so that I can somewhat conceal my face.
I like to imagine that the normally very badass and very well-designed Amleth is now just looking a little bit like a kid trying to play like he's a ghost. Like if you just pop two fucking eyes in this sheet, you'd be like, ooh.
Amleth, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just don't say my fucking name too loud. Alright, I'll explain everything. We need to go outside. I need to explain some things, apparently.
Do you want to, do you have a place to sleep tonight? You could stay at my home.
No, I don't have a place to stay, and quite honestly, I don't really trust that.
In the back of your head, Ragnar, you just hear your kid kind of yelling and your wife being like, "Why would you bring a stranger?"
You can always sleep at my place. I don't really have anyone there. It's just been me. Dad passed away a few years ago.
The amount of time it's been since you've brought a woman over, it's... Yeah, you're sure it'll
Shut
be...
the fuck up.
And quite honestly, Robert, I trust you even less.
Fail.
Look, let's go outside. I need to speak with both of you about something.
Okay.
And we all head outside.
Alright, as you guys enter to cold night breeze, I don't have the outside of the tavern picture, but as you walk out, it's a cobblestone outpost. It's not big or that fancy. It's just a small military outpost. You can see several guards walking by, the King's Guard, so like even you, Amleth, would feel at least somewhat secure knowing that your uncle probably isn't capable of paying off the literal king's guard, right? But you also still aren't sure of who to trust yet. So as you go out and you feel that cold sting hit your face, you realize you're sweating a bit. You're nervous. You're really nervous, even to talk to these two.
Fuck. And then I just kind of bring him around to the side of the building, and I just kind of really look around just to make sure. And listen, both of you. I don't know what the fuck you've heard. I don't know where the fuck these poses are coming from. And I will tell you right now, I killed this uncle long ago. Alright? And it was when I killed him that I went missing. And I left. So I want to know from both of you, how is he still alive? And is he actually my uncle?
Okay, so Robert have met his uncle on multiple bases.
It's his uncle,
Times.
100%. Like, you've met him before, and after Amleth, like, disappeared, the family started acting stranger, but to be honest, and you can feel free to tell him this or not, that's your choice, is that from what you noticed, his mother, brother, and father were the ones acting kind of off and not really talking much. The uncle was actually kind of normal.
I don't know what you mean by you killed your uncle. You're kind of rolling, not getting late, but I met him on multiple times. He looks completely fine. Looks the same as he was when I first met him. Now, when you disappeared, things got a little funky. Your uncle acted all normal. It was your immediate family, your brother, mother, and father that acted a bit weird.
In fact, you could even say, Robert, in the back of your head, it might even come off as he was maybe too normal.
Granted, your uncle did act a little bit too normal, which is in of itself strange. This has always been a weird town. Village.
And I wouldn't expect any less, because he's the one that killed my father, mother, and my brother. He killed them all. And so I gutted him down like a fish. So, I want to know where the fuck he is, and what the hell he's been doing, and why he's looking for me.
The most likely place he would be is in his manor.
And why are you speaking about my family like they're still alive?
They are. In your guys' eyes.
I met them on a couple of occasions.
In fact, Rocco,
After
your
you left.
son has played with his brother.
Wait. No. No. You're fucking lying. Don't you fucking lie to me. I whip out my axe and I bring it to his neck, pinning him against the wall. Don't you fucking lie to me. They died right in front of me. There's no way that they're alive.
The bar goes silent. Everyone kind of stops and turns for a moment looking at you. As your cloth comes
We're
off,
outside.
exposing... Oh,
Yeah, we're
that's right.
outside.
That's right. That's right, never mind. You make noise, but no one notices. As a single... Actually, no. All the rats notice you. There we go. All the rat heads turn around. Right, squeak, squeak. And they run off. There we go.
Robert's a small smile at seeing an old friend became tense the moment the he could tell his very magical weapon came up to his neck. He put his hand on Amleth's stomach, and Amleth would be able to feel a slight humming coming from the gauntlet he's wearing. Amleth, get this fucking axe away from my neck. I don't know what the fuck is going on with your family. But all these something fucked up.
I try to put myself in between the two of them. Guys, it's all fine. Everyone's cool. We're all cool.
You stay out of it unless you want this against your neck too.
Amleth, whatever's going on, I'm happy to help you, man. Just take a deep breath. Come on, I'm here for you. We go way back, Yeah, I remember. I have fond memories of us hanging out together as kids. You know, whatever's going on, I want to help you with it.
I just keep staring at Robert, and I just suddenly pull away. Fine. But if you two have anything to do with this, if you two ever conspire against me, I'll kill you both right out, without hesitation. Do not forget that.
With that, the door kind of swings open, and you see a person just walk by. Actually, it's a couple. They're slightly chatting, and like has that moment where it breaks your tension, and it has your you're almost like scared by the most mundane thing: people lightly chattering.
Fuck. Alright. Here's what's gonna happen. You two. You're gonna explain everything that has happened in the past years that I've been missing. You're gonna explain every single little thing that has to do with my family. And you're gonna explain to me why they are alive.
I'm sorry. I don't really know anything. I mostly spent my time out in the woods hunting.
There you go. I was gonna say, yeah, Ragnar, you didn't really hear too much. Your son would know a little bit just by playing with the his brother, but even then, like, your son would mostly just go out to like the stream to play with them. It was never even to the mansion itself. But Rob, though, you were brought in to make more shit a lot after Amleth left. So you have a general idea that like his uncle one day came out as the proprietor of the family, and his father did not protest, and therefore he became essentially declared himself a mayor of sorts, and by doing that he has kind of just taken over a little bit and expanded the town. You might even describe it as almost magical, the miracles this man has pulled off.
I mean, ever since you left, your uncle took over, basically became both the head of your family and the head of the town. And I bought a lot of my less walking inventions. Trying to make them work for the town. It's almost magical in the way he managed to expand this town.
Fuck.
What was that?
Shit. This is so much. There's so much to it. Boy. Alright. Okay. Alright. Calm down. I just need to figure this out. Alright. Here's what we're gonna do. You two. You're gonna lead me to my parents' house. Where my father, not my uncle, but where my father and my mother are. And you're gonna lead me to them. Right now. And you're gonna lead me away from any public areas. Okay? Take side alleys, whatever you need to. You know this place better than I do, apparently. We're gonna go there first. Do you understand me? No questions along the way. Alright?
I mean, sure. We do have a few questions about what the fuck you've been the last few years, but okay.
Where I've been for the last 2 years does not concern you right now.
With that, I imagine that Amleth, you're like walking a little bit ahead to go like pick up your backpack and your gear, like grab it off your horse, and like essentially pet your horse, say goodbye real quick before you head off with your group. And there's a solid like minute of just Ragnar and Robert looking at each other, good old R&R, and they're just kind of like, what the fuck happened to Amleth? He used to be such a cool guy.
I mean, he's always been a slightly bit unhinged, but holy fuck, this is different.
He's always been slightly violent, but Jesus. As you guys start heading it out, I'm curious, Robert and Ragnar, what are both your thoughts as you guys are like essentially having that like looking at you like whoa moment?
what the fuck happened to Amleth? Why is he so against his uncle being alive?
More curiosity than anything else.
Fair enough. I would too be curious why this man is yelling about his dead uncle.
Who is not dead? I've seen him with my own eyes.
Yeah, which would be very particular. It's like if I went to go work and saw my boss, and then everyone's like, "But the boss has been dead for 3 weeks."
I consider I have a lantern revealing anything that could have been controlling him while in the room would have been revealed.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing invisible gets away from me.
Mm-hmm. So, as you guys head in, you guys go through the woods and head to the cliff face. You, Amleth, feel weird. There's a lot of people here you don't remember, and I mean, sure, like, kids can be born and grow, but this is more than that. People have been coming, moving here. The town has been growing exponentially. It's off-putting, and for the first part, up till maybe even, like, right around here, with the first set of, like, gates and kind of the older town, all this initial part in the beginning is just completely new to you. You don't remember this bakery. You don't remember that inn. You don't remember that person. You don't remember the farmer. There's a farmer? You barely had one farmer. Now there's, in front of you, 3 walking by.
What the fuck happened to this place? There's no way that it could be standing. I left it in ruins.
You left it
Not possible.
deep fried in ruins.
I destroyed everything here. How is it built?
You will notice a substantial difference when you get to that line, though. Before, you would see people interacting as if the new people are super excited, happy, energetic even. But when you start to get to the old town, and you start to... they don't immediately recognize you. You know, it's been years. But you recognize a few people. Some old people you grew up with. An old teacher, staring off in the distance, walking very robotically. If you bumped into someone, and instead of even saying anything, you just keep walking as if it didn't just happen.
What the fuck? Robert, Ragnar.
Yeah?
The day that I disappeared. What do you remember?
What do we remember?
Okay, so I'm gonna give you what actually happened. You guys tell me how your minds have been affected. I like to imagine you're not actually like under his control like a lot of these people, but he still fucked with your mind a bit. So what actually happened was that Amleth burned down the village, razed it to the ground out of anger and revenge. People like you, Ragnar, and even low-key people like you, Robert, are kind of out of that range that of almost like rage. He really took down like the main village. So you being a hunter deep in the woods, you were unaffected in your cabin with your family. And Robert, you having being an Anticifer, you were living here on the edge of the cliff. In fact, you still live there on the edge of the cliff. And so Amleth wasn't able to quite reach you. He mostly burned down this entire left side here and most of this middle section here, raising it, letting the trees themselves, like, at one point, you know, Amleth lit a tree on fire, chopped it down, and had the flaming tree crush a building, right? Like, he raised
Both will be happy with that.
Oh, yeah.
Both won't be happy with that.
Oh, yeah. So, that's what actually happened now. How you remember it probably is different. You probably remember, instead of, death, fire, destruction, you maybe remember a small forest fire that went off, and your guards went and took it out, and it was reported as everything is safe. Or, I don't know, maybe Ragnar, you might remember hearing just rumors or something, that something happened. By the time you came back, that was all fine.
I mean, the place was hit with like a forest fire of some sort when you disappeared. It got taken care of, but though it did destroy a good portion of the village.
A forest fire.
That's what they said. I was in my
That's what
shop at the time.
Yeah, I'm not like a forest fire. I'm the forest fire.
Forest fire. Ragnar, what about you?
Oh, I was out in the woods, and I came back into town to sell some rabbit, and I remember there being like a building or two burnt down, but no,
Yeah, you remember
nothing
like
crazy.
crispy edges on a few of the buildings, but not, like it's almost as if it just never expanded past like 10% of the buildings for you.
Yeah, I don't remember really anything substantial.
Amleth, I like to imagine as they say this, every time they say it's nothing substantial or no big deal, you have a cut to you like throwing an axe, then like cutting down a villager, swinging like throwing his torch into a manor house, lighting a flame as people jump out the windows. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I'm just, as they're kind of telling me about their details, I keep getting flashbacks of different people that I've killed and the absolute destruction that I brought upon the land. Throwing torches into homes made out of hay. Ripping a man's throat open with my bare hands. Tearing apart their heads, ripping apart their limbs. Bringing upon hell itself upon to the land. And suddenly I'm brought back to reality. And I just stay silent. And I keep walking.
As you walk, eventually you guys get to the manor house, and what you see disturbs you. I like to think. As you guys ride up, you see a guard out front, riding on his black horse. He looks to be just like an average guard, maybe wearing a raincoat over him. You cannot see his face; it's obscure and unmoving as he stands watch in front of the mansion. Inside, you see what appears to be a small gathering going on of maybe the local elites. You see lights very lightly kind of shining. Not like a big old party, right? But like a decent size. Like maybe they have a few guests over. In the front, you see one of your old gardeners. She looks up at you, and you see. Give me a. What is your passive perception, real quick?
My passive perception is 13.
Okay, now you would see this. She looks down, up, and she looks nervous. She keeps eyeing herself between you and the guard.
I just slowly walk up to her. And I look at her, lean down real close. And I just bring a finger up to my lips. Shh.
But Master Amleth.
Do not say a word to anyone. Do you understand me?
She nods her head very silently.
If you do, I'm sure you remember what happened last time. Do you not?
She starts, a single tear goes down her face as she begins to shake. She shakes her head yes.
Good. Carry on.
She begins to breathe heavy as she just starts to cut the fucking bushes.
I go back to my friends. And I say, I thought we were going to go see my mother and father. What is this? This is not where they lived.
It's where they live now. After that forest fire, we did time your family's house.
This isn't right. Okay.
You want to try to sneak in? I reach into my bag and pull out a few stools and just kind of jangle them in front.
I'm going to do a perception check just to look at the house and see what's there.
Yeah.
And that's a solid 11.
So, with that 11, you're looking at the house. You can, after a moment of like really staring, you see it. Your old house is still here. This mansion has been built on top of it. You can see where the old outline of what used to be your room, what used to be your mother's room, what used to be the storehouse, now built upon higher and higher and higher as it fades into newer material and becomes about 3-4 stories tall. At the top, you see the statues themselves are reminiscent of, and you get flashback, the images on your uncle's wall that as you went down into the basement. You come back in, they're different, they're angels again. Back on top of the building, looking as they are harrowed, as if they had a harrowing experience. Their faces looking dejected.
What? Okay. Alright. Here's what's gonna happen. You two. You're gonna escort me through the front door. It's time I do this properly. Do you understand?
You don't think we should go in through the back?
No.
Maybe through a
Won't need
window?
to. Won't need to. He is asking for my presence, not my head. Might as well go in through the front.
Alright, that makes sense to me.
As you guys kind of casually walk up, as I imagine you guys are like taking a few steps forward while you're kind of like trying to figure it out, and as you come up that, you got your stride more confidently. But then your stride is broken from horse hoofs as the man approaches.
Oh, hey, Bob!
Do not, Eli looks at you. Do not address me at work, Robert.
I step forward, and I look at the guard. Let me in.
What's your name?
I pull down my hood, and I just give him a stare.
You. As he pulls down his hood, you see the left half of his face has been burned.
Yeah. Me. Now, as I said before, let me through.
Get in. He just starts to trot off on the horse. As you guys approach the door, you knock. And right in front of you, as the door swings open, your mother. Amleth? She starts to like tear up. Is that you?
Mother.
Without even a moment's hesitation, she wraps her arms around you. It's been so long since you felt anything from your family, let alone a hug.
Mother. What is happening? You shouldn't be real. You shouldn't be here.
As you feel her skin, she looks at you. What do you mean, honey? Of course I'm real. How would you be here then? What do you mean? You're ever since you left, you had a fight with your father and uncle, and you left. Don't get me wrong, I understand it was a bad one, but we still missed you, and your uncle's done a great job expanding the village.
There's no way. There can't be. What do you remember?
What do you mean? What do I remember? I remember you, and she boops you in the nose, being a grumpy head and not agreeing with them, starting yet another fight, like you always did, and then you said you're just gonna go off and have a few fights with people in the village to blow off steam, and then you never came back. Where have you been, young man? She gets a lot more stern, crosses her arms. Do you know how worried I fucking been?
Yeah. I know you've been worried. Sorry I've been gone so long. I just had to go take care of a few things.
Well, it's fine now. You're here. And, you know who'd be really excited to see you? Is your father.
Father?
Yeah, he's in his study. If you want to go ahead and head up the stairs and to the right, you can say hi to him. She gestures. You see this. All of a sudden, it's as if the party was never there. It's like no one's within the mansion, but she gestures, and you feel this like aura compelling you to go see your father.
I'm just walking stoically, just plainly, just almost like a zombie. Old steps that I am retracing up the stairs, through the hall.
I'm a
Second
good
door.
detect. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Stepping through the hall, going through. Second door on the right.
Same place has always been for you. Second door on the right. And at that point, so Robert, I'm guessing you can do detect magic.
Oh yes.
Absolutely, go ahead.
I'm gonna turn to Robert while he does that. I'm gonna be like, seems like everything's fine, right? Like, do we even need to be here? Like, I feel like I'm intruding at this point.
I don't know. You saw the where did all the people go? You saw them too, right? There were people here.
Oh yeah.
And by the way, detect magic does not do anything besides, with I can sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
I can use an action to see a faint arrow around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and I learn its school of magic, if anything.
Okay. Well, if you want, I can definitely just tell you outright the school of magic that you're sensing, if you want.
Oh yes, please.
So you started to do it. You do it very steadily in your hands. You've worked here before. You know there's magic. You know your magic. And as you clap your hands very quietly and pull them apart, the snap that comes from it, the little small orb of magic, it goes out like an echo, like a radar. And for just a moment, only you and only you can see this radar. And you can see already at the door, you can kind of sort of feel your transmutation magic on the door already. Your transmutation magic. Corrupted. A bastardized version of it. But you also sense a lot, and I mean a fuck ton of necromancy here.
Oh. We should follow Amleth. Rag. Because there's a shit ton of necromancy here.
Kind of like furrow my brow and look at him like, what?
I sensing a lot of necromancy. I mean, there's also some of my own magic. Corrupted, bastardized, fucking assholes.
I'm gonna just like smell the air. Does the air smell weird at all?
It does, actually. You smell must. It smells like the place hasn't been dusted in forever. It smells like mold has been growing. The statues themselves look old and deteriorated. Each door and step looks as if it could fall beneath you, because of how just kind of eroded this place looks inside. But it still looks new, and that's what shocks you. It just smells like that. It smells like an old, rotting wood mansion. Something that should be falling apart. An actual, literal, past, what's it called? Fossil lot. Like, I'm not a fossil, but it's like a fossil of a previous time. But it still stands before you, and it like confuses your senses.
Can I make a perception check?
Absolutely.
I'm probably going to try to help him by taking out my lantern, revealing and activating it. If there's no one else, if there's no one in the room with us besides.
Okay. Feel free to re-roll that one, Rocco, as okay advantage. And I imagine you guys are, because you're following. There we go, Amleth. And so I imagine you guys are kind of right here when up the stairs. Well, looking back at the mom, who unmoving, by the way. Amleth hasn't looked back. He's walking into the hallway, but you two, you're looking back real quick to see if the mom's gonna look. She is just staring out the window like a doll, a mannequin-esque. So you light the lantern real quick, looking around. And as you look around, you see every part that the light hits is an eroded piece of what is actually in front of you. And Rocco, as
Yes.
he goes over, you see even doors appear, left and right side on this side right here. These two doors appear, broken and open. The one that Amleth is about to walk into, broken and open.
And as they're experiencing this, I open the door to my father's study, and what do I see?
You open the door to your father's study, and there it goes. I was like, oh, it took a second to load into my. I'm sorry. I was like, what the hell? You see nothing at first. You just see his study, but then let me upload this image. Let me see. Where are you? There we go. Okay. So you see as you're walking in, nothing at first. You just hear coming from around this side with the bookshelves, very, very kind of quietly. Hello? Can I help you? Who is it? It's your father's voice.
Father?
Wait a minute. Do I know that voice? Amleth?
Yeah. It's me. It's me, Dad. I'm sorry I've been away for so long. I'm sorry for being late. How are you?
He still hasn't stepped out from around the book to acknowledge you. But as you're standing at the edge of the room, I would say like right here-ish. Yeah, right there. Looking at your dad. I'm going to give you control of this real quick. Controlled by Cammy. There you go. So as you're sitting there, you can hear your dad's voice over you, but you can't see him. I know. It's been a long time. And we were very, very worried about you. Stepping out and around in his full plate armor. His face covered. You cannot see your father's face. He comes out. What have you been up to, my son?
Can I come into the room?
Absolutely. I don't have any like character thing for you, so I'll just give you this guy right here for now. A little sneaky looking.
Perfect. Okay. I'm gonna put my my hand on Amleth's shoulder and be like, Amleth, something's not right here.
Yeah.
I ignore him, and I just walk ever so closer. I've just been going around town. I've been busy. I've done some exploring, and
Have you gotten a job finally?
yeah, I've got a job right now, actually.
I'm gonna grab Amleth and be like, Amleth, something's not right here.
And I just swing around, and I just, like, almost give him the back of my arm, just and like throw, like, to punch him, but like make his body throw it into the wall.
You get sent back for a moment as he throws you back, probably avoiding, trying, even possibly pushing yourself back, trying to avoid the hit. Amleth.
And I turn back to my father and say,
What have you been doing then, as a job?
Just been hunting a lot.
Oh, so your usual hobbies.
Yeah.
Robert, use the lantern.
And we raise up the lantern and basically cast it out.
As you do, you look at your father and he morphs. Well, what was actually armor is actually a chitinous outer core. I'm gonna post it into the Discord for you guys. This ever so wonderful image. Let me see. You see your dad's corpse in front of you, with a monster on its head, wrapped around him, tentacles ingrained in his body. You see the monster's mouth opens. Amleth, as his tentacles move. Don't be so rash. I'm still your father.
What the fuck?
I know you are. You seem to. The years really kind of put a lot on you lately, haven't they? Sorry.
Had to do what we had to do to survive.
As we all do.
As we
You
all
told me
do.
that long ago.
Have you been
Father.
doing what you need to survive, Amleth?
I have.
And I'm proud of you. And don't forget that.
I won't ever forget that.
Now,
Father, can you tell me where Uncle is? I need to see him urgently.
okay. He walks, starts to walk towards you, but then he stumbles, slamming himself, almost knocking over the armor. He begins to cough up blood, and it gets viscous goo onto the floor. I'm not me. I need you. As he comes up, and the fucking creature, all the tentacles lash out towards you to die for me. Go to roll initiative.
And then I just snap out of it. I finally just snap the fuck out of it. And that's a 16.
All right.
That's a full. Fuck me again.
Oof. Oof.
Yowza.
Oof.
That's a 4.
I
You
got
both
my.
rolled a 4. You both rolled a 4. I actually almost cried earlier about the mother. Like, I got really into that for a second.
Oh, I'm glad. Oh my goodness, I'm glad to hear that
man.
you're getting into this.
Oh man, I really like RP'd for a second. Holy shit.
Great RP.
Oof.
Oof. Feel free to take a point of inspiration if you don't got it.
Sure.
All right, so Amleth, you move first.
The 16.
Your
By the way.
dad's. All right. Right. Okay, never mind. Your dad moves first. Ooh,
Right.
Oops. Let me just rearrange that. There we go. Let me go. Okay, there we go. Your dad lashes out at you, and let me see. He goes to swipe at you twice. The first one, just missing. He lunged forth, stumbling. You're able to quite easily maneuver yourself back and out of his range. However, the second one, he comes up and just left hooks upwards towards you. And as he left hooks upwards, you see these tentacles full of barbs wrap around your neck, lifting you up. Please give me a strength saving throw. As
Fuck.
you also take.
That's a 9.
Okay, so you're gonna take 6 points of piercing damage as the barbs wrap around your neck. And as he starts to lift you up, you guys, Rob and Rag, you see effortlessly he lifts up Amleth. Should have killed you in the crib. And he starts to try to slowly grab you and push you in his mouth. You put your hands up to brace yourself. You do not enter his mouth this turn. Next, Amleth, what would you like to do?
I just say to him, just trying to struggle to say something, but I say, yeah, and you should have been dead long ago. And I whistle, and the needles wrap around. I basically command the needles with that whistle to wrap around him.
Awesome. They wrap around his tentacles, pulling his arm down, ripping it off of your neck. You fall to the ground. You can breathe again. Go ahead and roll me a d4. Oh no, actually, I'll have it where it's not the attack, just the wrapping around. He'll make the strength save.
Yeah.
Okay, so he does his strength. He fails. He gets wrapped up and ends up having his complete upper body unable to move or maneuver.
And I roll, and I'm gonna attack him with my 2 battle axes. So One of them is a 26, and the other one is a 13.
The 26 will hit. The 13 just barely misses him.
And with that, 7 damage.
You slam your axe into him, and as you kick off to go take a step back and be able to really slam forward with your second axe, panicking, he slams forward the armor, throwing it towards you. You end up not being able to get over it and slamming it just directly into the shoulder of the armor. With that, would that be the end of your turn?
Let's see what I got for bonus action. Yeah. You know what? That is going to be everything.
Okay. Robert, it is your turn.
Seeing those very cool magical weapons, I just whistle and impress me, like, damn, those are good. And then, doing a, like, pretty much slug, then slam my arms down, my plate armor forms around my body.
Nice.
Because as an armor, I can don or doff my arcane armor as an accent.
Amazing. You slam your fists together, Iron Man style. You start to have the armor go up your gauntlets, up your arm, wrap around you. Your helmet wraps around your head. The faceplate slams down. Your boots gets wrapped in gauntleted and metal plating. You are very, very, very protected now.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to activate my defensive field. My Guardian Armor's defensive field. And I get 6 temporary hit points.
Alright. So with that, your armor, it braces you tighter. You feel the warmth of it squeezing you like a hug. You feel empowered. Right, is it the end of your turn?
I still have my movement left. I'm going to move up pretty much right here.
Okay.
Right next to him.
Sounds good. And now, Rag, what would you like to do?
I'm going to use my bonus action for steady aim to give myself advantage, and then I am going to make an attack on.
Nice. Alright, let's see it. Ooh.
Oh, I should have mentioned that I'm going to be using sharpshooter.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Not bad though.
Does 15 hit?
Yes, 15 hits. Not bad.
Hello?
Not bad damage at all.
And then another 16 plus 16. So what is that, 28?
Yeah, 28. Alright, so you just lean back. You see that as it opens its mouth to scream at Robert, you just plunk free an arrow. It flies to the air. Cammy, you watch it fly over your shoulder. Rob, past your ear, cutting through your hair, as it right into the back of the beast's throat. It is not dead yet. It stands, bloodied, but angry. Is that the end of your turn, Rag? That was your bonus and normal action, right?
Yep, and I cannot move. So, yep, that's it.
Awesome. The dad turns to Robert. Fool, you think that will protect you? I'm stronger than the gods themselves. As he goes to grab you, I'm going to make a strength-based attack roll. If he, let's see, does a... Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm guessing because you have plate armor, 17 doesn't hit you, right?
No.
As you
One
go...
less than needed me.
As he goes...
I have
Sorry, go ahead.
18 AC. I have 18 AC thanks to plate.
Amazing. So as he wraps his tentacles around your legs, trying to pick you up, you think he might have been trying to slam you into Amleth. You just pick up your gauntlet boot and slam on his tentacle. He slithers backwards. No. Bad. bad. So then, instead, he just turns to all three of you. Unfair fight. As he clicks his head, the top part undoes itself. The squid itself unlashes itself from your father's body. The father itself goes and stays still, having used up his action to try to grab Robert. But the head now jumps towards you, Amleth. This tentacled monster flying through the air.
Is it moving outside my range of attack?
Yes, it is.
Opportunity attack time.
Go ahead.
And I have Rollcaster as my feat, because I took the human.
Look at you.
Enjoy every creature in 15-foot cube.
Technically, if you hit it right when it goes off, Amleth will still be safe.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna do that. Thunder wave time, baby.
Alright.
Con 15 save.
Just as he's about to hop off, it literally just wraps itself around the guy's chest to push off. Immediately, Robert, as if reactively going, "Oh no, you don't, bitch!" Slam your hands together, clapping Hulk style. The vibrations go to hit them. I'll do a new d20 roll. There we go. Okay, nat 20. It holds itself bare against him.
It takes half damage.
All right, go ahead and roll me the damage.
It takes 6 damage. Thunder damage.
As it takes 6 damage, it does squeal, but the octopus is still able to get its bounce off. As does so it's a 17 plus, does a 19 hit you, Amleth?
It does, unfortunately.
Alright, give me a con save, as it slams its face into your face hugger style from Aliens, as you feel its mouth start to try to dig inside your face.
I swear to God, if I roll so low on this. Holy shit, 19.
You
Thank God.
pull it off, and without hesitation, you punch through it, killing it instantly. The things are fragile as ever a living fuck, but they're deadly dangerous. No, you're just throwing it to the ground, you would have killed the thing. But as you basically rip the fucker in half, like, no! You can see your face again now, your father's corpse, just in front of you, standing. He just goes quiet, breathing heavy. Please, kill me.
Anything for you, Dad. And I bring out my great axe, and I cut his head clean off so swiftly that no one even notices.
The only thing noticed by you is that as you cut his head, there's a smile. As his head flies, slams on the ground, the body falls, and you guys have beaten your father's corpse. End of initiative. As I reset the music to a more dulcet tone, you guys are alone there, in that room. As that thing, all the tentacles die off, your father becomes more and more visible, laying on the ground, his body separated from his head now. Your father has returned back to his normal self.
Okay, what the fuck was that? You seem to suck at seeing your father alive again, but you didn't seem to suck at that creature. What the fuck is this?
I've just fall to my knees, and I pick up the head, and I just give it one last hug, not saying a word.
You're gonna make me cry, fuck.
Fucking hell.
Jesus, yeah, you gave your dad's head a hug. You could feel the last bit of his warmth leaving. As the last hug you're able to give your dad.
I hate to interrupt such a touching moment, but do you think your mother has one of those things on her head too?
Most likely.
In the distance, you just hear, Amleth! Come to mommy in the kitchen. Time for dinner.
But that's not fucked up.
Gonna ready my bow and arrow.
I slowly stand up and I lay my father in a peaceful way. His hands are crossed against his chest, and I make sure that his body lies peacefully.
He looks, compared to what you remember him, a lot more peaceful.
And bring my hand right to his chest. And suddenly I sort of remember some words that were taught to me by my father and uncle, that were by the cult. But naturally, without even thinking, I say, rest easy.
As you touch his chest, you see a piece of paper, a letter. It's addressed to you.
I grab the letter and I open it.
He starts with your nickname as a kid. Oh, Krakas. I'm so sorry for how you'll find me here. I don't know what happened that night with your uncle, or your mother, or where you've gone. All I remember is that there's something wrong here. I love you, Grach. Always will. And don't ever let anyone else call you that. That's me and yours, alright? Love forever, your father. And if you like that video and like to see more content, please drop a like and subscribe to Wolfer28, or give us a follow and a rating on both Spotify and iTunes as Bardic Logs. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you next time.